Hi, my name is Sulema Caldeon Masloom, and I'm doing my observation video, and I'm going to be observing my peer teacher, Jacqueline Nolan Williams. She's a second grade science and social studies teacher. She's going to be teaching a science lesson, and the objective of the day is going to be exploring the 6 properties of matter, and they will explain and classify each property. They're going to be using vocabulary words such as model. They're going to be allowing for observations of 2 solids to be classified and described. The teacher's going to assess the student's engagement by using property classification chart. It's an informal assessment of the student's knowledge and understanding of the content presented in the lesson. They're also going to be doing small groups and individually seeking to understand their depth and knowledge and concept of strategic and thinking. Thank you.
Girls, let's read our objective. 1, 2, ready, go. Matter and I will explain and classify each property. Freeze. What does it mean to classify? Yes, ma'am. All the yellow separate colors. What else? Give me a 3. A voice number 3. Really loud. Oh, so you can classify by shapes? What else? What other way can we classify? Follow me while you're telling me. What other way can we classify? Come on. I have some. By what? By living and non-living? Super. Come over and have a seat. Come over and have a seat. Living and non-living. Okay. And did we learn some steps in classifying? How many steps are there to classify? 3. Let's review them. How do we classify? First of all, what do? We look at the object. For instance, the orange. And then step 2 means what? Look at the question. And we ask, is the orange living or non-living? Well, those 2 things are properties. Living and non-living are properties. So, then we have to make an inference. Can we infer something about our orange? Our orange is what? First, a what? Seed was dropped into the, and what do we add to that seed? And lots of, and it grew into a tree. Oh my gosh, is that a living thing? Yeah! All right, so look at our question. Look at our question. Our question is the orange living or non-living? So then we go to step 3 and we decide what our answer is. By the property in the question, and the property in the question is what? Is it living or non-living? And that's what you're going to do today. You're just going to review solids today. Can you remember that a solid is a form of matter that has its own? Yes, shape. Very good. And what are some properties of a solid? Yes, ma'am. Keeps its own shape. What else? Solids. Solids. It keeps its own size. Yes. It can be rough. A solid can be smooth. A solid can be. A solid can be magnetic. A solid can be soft or gritty. A solid can have mass. A solid can have many what? Yes, sir. It can keep its color. Okay, yes. So that is what we are going to be talking about today. Now remember, should we be safe while we are exploring our properties of our solids? Yes. When we are exploring of our solids, do we use our senses? Yes or no? Yes. What are our senses? Our sense of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, or feeling. Oh my gosh. Today, you can use all of your senses except for one. Tasting. Yes, you may not taste today, right? We will have a day when we taste everything, but it cannot be today. All right. So I want you to look over here. You are going to use your chart. You're going to list the name of your object, yes or no? And you're just going to do a checklist. You're going to use your tools, your hand lens to make things far away close. You're going to use your magnet to make sure that it's magnetized or not. And can somebody help me with what does it mean to be magnetized? Yes, a magnet will stick to what? Will a magnet stick to a screw? Will a magnet stick to a leaf? No. All right. So whenever you choose, and you have salt and pepper and sugar and pencil and foil and paper clips, sticky notes, rock, leaf, button, penny, twig, nail, washer, screw, bead, spoon, ping pong ball, and disc. You're going to be exploring all of those. Do me a favor. Choose 5. And then go through each of your, what are these? What are those called? Properties. Oh, who said properties? Who said properties? Because that is what we are studying today. Let's go to our seats with our partners. You may pull your bag of goodies and you may begin to explore. Now I am going to come by. Clap 3 times. If I am conferencing with a student, will you disturb me? No. If you need help, who will you ask? Ask your friend. Who's listening? Don't forget, choose one object now. Choose one object now. Choose one object now. Pick up an object, write down the name of it, and then answer those questions. Choose an object, write down. Choose an object. Right now, what are you going to choose? Choose one of these objects. This is yours. This is yours. All 3 of you guys are working together? Yes. Okay, I'll put this over here.
I choose sugar.
Okay, then let's do sugar. Let's do sugar. And if you don't know how to spell it, all the words are up there, okay? Which one did you choose? Paperware. Maddie, what did you choose? Excellent. It's next. I want you to use your hands now. Let me get you a leaf, Maddie. Don't take it apart. Oh, let me see. Who's going to have to sit out? We have to be safe in science, right? That's it.
Oh, these are 3.
Find a way to would have you integrated. I would have you integrated with them, working with. Very good. Okay. Oh, that is I want to say this is a rectangle. Oh yes, and look, let me show you this. If I were to ask you which is bigger, this one or this one? Can you find it? It's tied together in a bundle so it will stay together. Ooh, excellent. Let's see what else you do. All right. I would like to ask you a question.
I want that. I find something.
Today is Ask a Friend Day. Today is not to ask me. No. No, I'm the facilitator. That's a hand. Go ask a friend. Ivan, I don't want abbreviations for those words. I need those words written out, okay? Very good.
Rena, what is paper? Paper and scissors. We were in sugar.
tell me what you're going to choose? Now you're going to write the word. Write really small paper clip and then you answer it the same way. All right, let me come over here to these gentlemen. How are you guys feeling? No, remember you say I disagree and let me tell you how. Say I disagree and let me tell you why. And after you listen, and you listen. And if you disagree, you say I disagree, let me tell you why. But then you have to resolve it.
It's living. That
Are you okay? Are you sure? No. That hurted. What did you fall? Let's stop. It's hard. It's hard.
Ask a friend. Now.
Kimberly, your turn. It's hard.
Our last part. Pay attention.
Clap 3 times. Are we opening the salt and the black pepper and the sugar? You're going to look at it through your hand, Lynn, because is it safe today? Is it safe, yes or no?
No.
Is it math?
Next one is shake. What is this shake? Now, what is this Fixable. I think it's
Clap 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. You better have at least 4 property, 4 names, 4 items sorted now. Raise your hand if you have at least 2 items sorted. You still have the first one? No, you're doing fine. Don't worry about it. There are your friends there to help you. Oh, did I not mention that we were cooperating today to help each other? And I'm just going to see how well you can answer it. Can you do that for me? I'll be over there 1 second, all right?
It's right here. It's right here, John. All the time when you want to
Yes. By yourself. Spray in the room. Listen to me. Oh my gosh, clap twice. Is it a good thing to pick up your composition book and take it over there and write? Or is it a good thing to run over there for each letter? Which is best? Okay, come on, let's do that, all right? Okay, here we go.
Yes, me. Yes, me.
Okay, so that's the shape you gave me. I'm going to write down right here.
Do you have this block? No. No. Somebody's block.
Oh, it's down.
Yes. Somebody has the block.
The shape is round and bouncy. So that's the texture one. So are you talking about
Or you can just write great.
Great, you are so smart. So let's rock. Rock. And then I want you to answer questions. Remember, because when we classify, we look at the question, infer, and then answer. We're done with this one.
No, it's not living.
Okay.
No.
Esmeralda, I like how excited you are. You and Seraphim and Shelby, calm down. Woo! You have lots of enthusiasm. Thank you. Very good. What about how you We will probably be finishing in a few minutes, but we will resume tomorrow because you know we have a second part to this lesson. Okay, we won't finish it today. Oh, we'll find a word. You found it? Let's go. What is the texture of it? Because you need to remember that word forever. Well, let's look at it. Oh, look, you guys. This is texture. Put your finger on it. This is the word. All around the side. Texture. Look at these things right here.
Are you full?
Texture. Okay? Texture. Somebody. Oh, you remember now?
Yeah.
What does it mean? Tell me something that was funny that we talked about. Yes, the shell. Okay, so you remember very good. Sometimes when you can't remember, think of things that we've done, talked about, and that will help you remember. Okay? Oh, yes. Let me put that there. These are really soft. So, that's what texture is. You can read. You're smart. Easily flexible. 5, 4. I don't know the spell word. 3, 2, and 1. I think.
It's not timer.
I love you. I love you. Respect yourself and respect the rest of us. This is science. Okay, here we go.
I do that one.
Exactly. Is it flexible? Rock is up there. Okay, this is it. This is yours.
It's cozy here.
Don't open it.
Thank you. That's good.
Look at
5, 4, 3. I'm counting down and I am at you. Stop what you're doing. We will resume tomorrow. And 1. Who is still standing? Thank you, Seraphin.
different shapes.
Look at Ms. Nolan. Look at Ms. Nolan. Did we all finish? No. Are we crying about it? No. Listen to me. Listen to Ms. Nolan. I see some great work here where you all are sorting. You're classifying this solid by their what? And can you name a couple properties in alphabetical order? Flexibility. What's next? Mass. What's next?
Scientist.
Shape. What's next?
Color. Temperature.
Temperature. What's next?
Flexible. Shape.
Texture. Very good. Now listen. Tomorrow we will resume. So listen to me. You take your plastic bag and you put these items in. Do not put in your hand lens. Do not put in your magnets. Make sure you have one of each item inside. Let me count down. 20, 19, 18. Get your plastic bags. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Oh, you look great. Look at table 3. They're almost done. 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, I see plastic bags inside the Chick-fil-A container. What did I stop on? 3, 2, and 1. Listen. We are going to take a few minutes to go to the floor, and so you're going to publish your work. You're going to choose one of your items, and you're going to stand where you are, and you're going to read it. And if you're correct, we're going to put our thumbs up. And if you don't mind, if you're not correct, we'll say, may we please add something. Who understands? Don't start crying, because that's how we what? Learn. But Miss Nolan, all the trash up, the balancers, we didn't use those too much today because I really need to teach you about grams and you. Who has pencils in their hands? No one. So, roar. That's your signal to get to the floor. Take your composition book so that you can read. We are going to look at your work. Who's pushing in their chairs? Very good. Okay, you're leaving? Well, thank you for coming. Thank you.
Day.
Rosario? How you doing? Bye. Thank you for coming. Goodbye. Goodbye, sweetheart. All right, thank you. Okay, well, we're going to finish our lesson, and then I'll let you go to the nurse. Take notes. Okay? Five. Who's looking at his notes? 4, 3. Who's ready to publish? Me. All right. But before we begin, there's something about solids that they are so important. Anybody give me one? Can you pour a solid? No. You can't pour a solid.
No.
What about salt?
Yeah.
Do you think salt would take the shape of this container, or it has its own shape?
It would take the shape of this container.
Oh my gosh, but I thought only liquids did that.
Some solids do that and some that don't.
Like what?
Like pepper.
Pepper, what else? Far be it from me, I am not starting a new
Juice.
strand. Juice!
Yes, it's liquid.
Listen, but do we agree with you?
Oh.
Juice is a salt. Okay, that's it. Who would like to read first? I'm just going to have 2 or 3 of you, and then we're going to close out.
Go home.
Let me hear yours. Who's listening? What? A button. Now we're going to agree or disagree. Who's sitting in basic position? Thank you. Go ahead.
It's not magnetic.
Maybe. Some buttons are rough, some are smooth. It depends on, did everybody have a smooth button or a rough button?
Smooth.
Okay, then we agree. Okay.
It's not flexible. It is a circle.
Speak up. Give me a voice level 3, okay?
And it is white.
Who agrees?
Green.
And go ahead.
And it's not living.
Non-living. Give him a twinkle. All right.
What you been
Let me
up
ask
to?
you this. How did you know it wasn't magnetized? Oh, because it doesn't have metal. Ah, that's cool. Who would like to go next? Yes, sir. Give me a voice level 3.
Paper clip.
Paper clip.
It's magnetic.
Is a property of a paper clip it's magnetic? Can you guys use the word property for me from here on out? Say one property is it's magnetic. Repeat. One property is magnetic. Go ahead.
Another property is Dexter. It's blue.
Ooh, treat for you tomorrow, baby. Popcorn. He says another property is texture. It is smooth. You're gonna have to be better than that. Go ahead.
And
Give me a 3. Give me a voice 3.
flex.
Another property.
And another property is
Flexibility.
flexibility. Kind of.
Kind of smooth. Okay. What are we talking about? A paperclip? Continue. Another property.
Another property. Shape. The shape of it is oval.
Oblong. Oblong. It's kind of like a rounded rectangle. A rounded rectangle. Oblong. That's a new word. Say oblong.
Oblong.
O-B-L-O-N-G. Oblong. That's all right.
Another property
I love the way you say another property. Let me see what else is going to make me happy. Continue.
is color. The color is green.
Okay.
Another property is the last property is it is not living.
Non-living. Who agrees with everything he said? All right. I need a girl. I need a girl. Maddie.
Screw.
A screw.
It one property is it is
Magnetic. Say magnetic.
magnetic.
I love the way you tried to say that. Excellent, Dora.
Magnetic. It is and it is and it is magnetic.
Okay.
Two properties of text, one property of text, this
Texture.
texture, it is bumpy.
Bumpy. What are we talking about?
It's
A screw. I agree. Yes. It's bumpy.
and its size is
Flexible. Is it flexible?
no,
Well, say it. It's not flexible.
it is not
It doesn't have that property, it does it. Okay, continue.
The color is silver
Oh, okay.
and it's not living.
And it's non-living. Who would like to go next? Stephen. Which one are you choosing?
Today I observed a second grade classroom science lesson in which there were second grade students. Also, there was a group of 6 special ed students from 2nd to the 5th grade that was also in the class, including an aide was there also, and a custodian walked in, and also a runner walked in from the office to turn in some flyers that needed to go home. The science lesson was on identifying and recognizing specific senses that were used to identify the characteristics of the objects that they chose. There was a lot of movement going on in the classroom. First, she started off on the carpet as a whole group, and she went over the objective and vocabulary words that were going to be used and several of the characteristics such as bumpy, smooth, vocabulary words to be used. Then she took the whole group and took them to where the objective was stated, and they reviewed the objective as a whole classroom. Then they came back to the whole group on the rug and finished their lesson. So there was activity, movement going on with the students in the classroom. They went over the whole lesson and the instructions of the lab work that they had to do. There was also, I could tell there was a lot of routine already known from the students. They knew that they all had to do speak orally and raise their hands to ask questions and so forth. There was a lot of word walls all over the room. The lab work was already set up when I arrived. What I was thinking about was, I was wondering how she was going to incorporate the 6 special ed students, because she was not aware that she was going to have these students when she planned her lesson. This was a last minute inclusion that she had to do when they walked in. And these were 2nd through 5th grade students, special ed, but there was an aide that assisted them. So she quickly prepared their lesson, and she had them on the side at another table all together by themselves with the aide. And their lesson was pretty much orally with the aide. Instead of a chart that they had to fill out like the other students, they did it orally, and they had to describe everything orally with the aide. I felt the outcome of the special ed student was okay, but it could have been better if we had known that they were going to be there, or if the teacher would have known that they were coming. When I was evaluating this experience, there was a lot of good information up. The teacher did very well with having word walls up with the vocabulary words of the characteristics of all the different senses. She had an example of the chart that she had to fill out. They did one example together, so they knew how to do it. This was done collaborative. After the lesson that was done at the carpet, all the kids had their groups assigned already, pre-assigned, and they went to their tables and they worked collaboratively. And it was Ask a Friend Day today before asking the teacher, and they knew that they had to, before running to the teacher to ask how to spell something or what they had to do next, they had to ask a friend first. And if they couldn't find the answer out, then they asked the teacher. The bad thing that I noticed was the special ed students did not do anything written. It was only oral, and I thought some of them were capable of writing also. I believe they could probably also have done maybe a chart themselves instead of done everything orally, and maybe just maybe if it was already pre-written, they could have just had the words with the pictures on it maybe and moved it to the right appropriate place. It was a little bit loud, but if you were to just walk in, you would probably thought it was really loud, but you had to know that there was lab work going on. And it tends to get a little bit loud sometimes when there's a lot of people, a lot of students talking. My analysis is, I think everything went well. The students were helping other students. There was a lot of collaborative work going on. What went wrong was, not the lesson went wrong, but the door kept on opening. Runners came in from the office to pass out flyers that needed to go home. The custodian walked in and wanted to have a conversation and say hello. He put his head in front of the camera, and so I had to cut that out. But other than that, I think it went very well. In conclusion, I believe that Miss Nolan Williams may have been a little bit nervous because she wanted to show me a model lesson so I could do well on my observation video. What I could have done differently was probably post a sign outside the door and said video in progress. Please do not open the door, maybe. Filming in progress, maybe. My action plan, if it arose again, would be I would probably integrate the special ed students that were capable with the other groups, maybe assign the ones that are able to write and speak and so forth into the other groups with the second graders so they could also participate more. I would probably had for the special ed students a pre-written chart so they wouldn't have to worry about making the chart, and maybe some for the special ed students some pictures with the characteristics like bumpy and smooth with the word so they could actually just maybe either cut it out or already have it cut it out and place it in the right area. Other than that, maybe, or I probably have different modified pre-written characteristic sheet for the special ed students. Other than that, I think it went very well. All the students were helping each other with everything, and they really enjoyed the lesson. It was very hands-on lab work for second grade science. Thank you.